is a dark day for democracy in West Africa. And if you are watching this, you are witnessing history repeat itself in the most terrifying way possible. The headline you saw is not a rumor, it is not a drill, and it is certainly not fake news. The Republic of Guinea Bissau has officially fallen, the military has struck again, and the soldiers are back in the presidential palace. Welcome to this breaking news special report. We are broadcasting live on this fateful Wednesday, November 26th, 2025, to bring you the full, unfiltered story of the latest coup d'etat that has rocked our sub-region. Just when we thought the wave of military takeovers had subsided, the soldiers in Bissau have picked up their guns and shattered the fragile peace. Let's get straight to the gist of what is happening right now in Bissau. Earlier today, around 1:00 p.m. local time, heavy gunfire erupted near the presidential palace. At first, people thought it was just a skirmish, maybe some unrest related to the elections we just saw on Sunday. But within hours, the truth became clear. President Umaro Sissoco Embaló, the man who survived a coup attempt back in 2022 and another scare in 2023, has run out of luck. He has been arrested, he has been deposed, and he is currently being held at the General Staff Headquarters of the military. We have confirmed the reports from international sources like Jeune Afrique and France 24, where President Embalo himself managed to make a brief phone call before his phone was likely confiscated. His words were chillingly simple. "I have been deposed." He confirmed he was taken from his office by men in uniform. This is not a coup attempt anymore. This is a successful military takeover. A group of officers calling themselves the High Military Command for the Restoration of National Security and Public Order has appeared on state television to announce that they are now in charge. They have suspended the constitution, they have dissolved the institutions of state, and they have closed the borders, land, sea, and air. If you are in Guinea-Bissau right now, you are trapped. But to truly understand why this happened today, we have to look at what happened just 3 days ago. On Sunday, November 23rd, 2025, Guinea-Bissau went to the polls. It was supposed to be a moment of democratic choice, but it turned into a chaotic power struggle. President Embalo was seeking a second term, but he was facing a fierce challenge from his rival, Fernando Diaz. Here is where the trouble started. The election results haven't even been officially announced yet. We were expecting the Electoral Commission to speak tomorrow, Thursday, but both President Embalo and Fernando Diaz came out yesterday and claimed victory. When you have two captains trying to steer the ship sinks. The military claims they stepped in to prevent chaos and to stop a foreign plot to destabilize the country. They are using the same script we saw in Niger, the same script we saw in Gabon. They always say they are doing it to save the nation, but the result is always the same. The gun replaces the ballot box. This brings us to a very serious conversation we need to have as a family, especially as Nigerians. We need to talk about the ECOWAS crisis. This coup is a direct slap in the face to the economic community of West African states and its chairman, our own President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Think about it. ECOWAS has been struggling to bring Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger back into the fold. And now, Guinea-Bissau, a country that was supposed to be a success story of stability, has fallen. This reduces the number of civilian-ruled countries in our bloc to just 11. We are losing our neighbors to military rule one by one. Is democracy failing in West Africa? That is the question on everyone's lips. When the people are hungry, when elections are disputed, when the opposition is banned, remember that the main opposition party, PAGS, was blocked from these elections by the Supreme Court. The soldiers see an opening. They exploit the frustration of the people. We saw videos today of some people in Bissau actually cheering the soldiers. Why? Because they are tired of the political infighting. But the story teaches us that the cheer of the crowd in the morning often turns to tears by the evening. If you are enjoying this deep dive into the crisis and you want to stay ahead of the curve on how this affects Nigeria and the rest of Africa, please take a second right now to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. turn on that notification bell because we will be tracking the ECOWAS response minute by minute. Now, let's look at the Nigerian angle. President Tinubu is in a very tight corner. He threatened to invade Nigeria when they had their coup, but that didn't happen. Now that his neighbor Guinea Bissau has fallen, what can he do? Can he send troops? The Nigerian military is already stretched thin, fighting bandits in the northwest and insurgents in the northeast. Can we afford another foreign intervention? Or will ECOWAS just issue another strong statement of condemnation while President Embalo sits in a cell? The international community is already reacting. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has expressed deep concern. The US and France are watching closely because Guinea-Bissau is a key transit point for drug trafficking from Latin America to Europe. Instability there means more drugs flowing into Europe and more funding for terror groups in the Sahel. This is not just a local problem. It is a global security nightmare. We are also hearing whispers about the role of the Lakurawa group and other militants in the region. While Guinea-Bissau is not in the Sahel, the contagion of instability is spreading like a virus. When one country falls, it emboldens the soldiers in the next country to try their luck. Who is next? Sierra Leone? The Gambia? We need to pray for our sub-region. So, what happens tomorrow? The borders are closed. The curfew is in effect from 9 p.m. The electoral process is dead. The High Military Command says they will restore order, but they haven't said when they will restore democracy. We are looking at another long transition, another junta, and another headache for Nigeria. This is a developing story. We are waiting to see if the military will present President Embalo on TV or if they will release him into exile. We are waiting to see if the opposition leader, Fernando Diaz, is part of this plot or if he is also a victim. What do you think? Is this coup a result of a stolen election or is it just soldiers hungry for power? And do you think ECOWAS still has the power to stop this trend? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.